Well, information and communication technology, it's an important sector, you would agree. It contributes to South Africa's mainstream economy, but it's a sector that's constantly evolving. So you need to keep up, right? Well, it seems some women in this country are doing just that. In Johannesburg, a competition was held where women running their own ICT company stood a chance to win development and funding support to the tune of 300,000 Rand. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the winner right here in studio. Simangele Mphahlele joined us now live. Welcome. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Always a pleasure having successful women in the studio. Look, just tell us a bit about the competition. But before we go to the competition, I want to know a bit about you and your company. You have a company called Ijobi.
Yes.
All right. What is Ijobi all about?
Ijobi started because we saw the need for discouraged job seekers in rural and outskirts areas. A lot of them have to travel far to access internet shops, to be able to email, fax, and search for jobs on the internet. And then we decided to build a solution that will allow them to be able to send their CVs via SMS and connect with the employers or recruiters.
So practically, how does it work?
Well. So users have to come to our platform, upload their CV once on our platform, then they're enabled to send their CVs. They can also dial our short code where they're able to search for jobs that are published by employers and recruiters on our platform.
Right.
And employers come to the platform and publish jobs to job seekers on our platform again.
So you, the middle person here, in trying
Yes.
to bring this gap closer
Yes.
together. And look, we've got a huge issue in South Africa with regards to unemployment, 29% I think it's sitting at. So this is indeed one step in order to help that and dent that figure. Tell us about this competition. What was the criteria and how did you win it?
So we had to pitch for 4 minutes.
Right.
And we had to show the judges that there is scale in our technology, there's impact and the social impact in the work that we're doing. And then we also had to show them that we understand the problem that we're solving. So it was quite interesting because in 4 minutes to try and put everything together, it was really challenging. And we had to pitch in front of an audience of 150 people. There were judges there, obviously, from different departments and Standard Bank as well, judging the competition.
All right. So you pocketed 300,000 Rand?
Yes.
Okay. What is that money going to be used?
We need to do further development on our platform. We're adding machine learning to some of the technologies, both for employers and recruiters. We want to make it easier for our users to build their CVs.
Yeah.
So we're building JobiBot. What JobiBot is going to be doing, he's going to ask a job seeker a series of questions via SMS, and then JobiBot will compile a CV that is acceptable to recruiters and employers.
Right.
For the employers, we're building in more functionality around screening using chatbots and matching tools that will use machine learning and be more clever and faster to match both employers and job seekers, thus making it easy for employers to search for candidates on our platform. Speaking
about being cleverer, artificial intelligence and similar technologies, the onset, the emergence of the 4IR, the fourth industrial revolution, it's important. As I was talking about the ICT sector, it's constantly evolving. So you have to adapt or die, so to speak, you know.
Yes.
It's one of the key drivers of economic growth, this new emergence of 4IR. But are we talking about it in terms of how women are going to enter this field and adapt to it?
It's very important. Now that I'm seeing my role, at first I didn't see how much critical my role is by being the co-founder and founding Ijobi. And we're seeing that more and more women are interested in being in technology, but sometimes it looks like it's too big. It looks like it's something that's not meant for women, but it's actually a thing that's meant for everybody. So what we are trying to encourage is young girls, as we move around as well, we tell them about what we do and how we've come into technology. I'm not a very technical person, but I've been in the ICT space, so I do understand technology, and it doesn't necessarily require you to just be technical only. To build the use cases, to be able to build some of the aspects of processes doesn't necessarily require technical. It requires somebody who understands processes. So there are many aspects that women can get involved in outside of the tech itself. But our team is made 100% of women, young women, so we're excited about that. And also they get overwhelmed because the type of technologies we're working on are quite high end. But we always encouraging them that it's possible, you have what it takes, and we can make this development work.
So you have that drive here in South Africa to push your employees to reach the optimal level, as well as, you know, try to work through these new technologies that are constantly coming through. I was reading an article about a study done in Africa about women's access to internet in Africa, and they found that, you know, women have far less access to the internet than their male counterparts. So this is a worrying concern, isn't it?
And that's why we started what we started, because we could see the gap. Yes, you know, in urban areas there's Wi-Fi, everybody's connected. But when you go further back into the outskirts areas, a lot of people are not connected. Yeah, a lot of young girls don't even have cell phones.
Yeah.
We get surprised when we get to communities and people will tell you, I don't have a cell phone, I'm using my mother's cell phone. And you realize that, hang on, we still have a lot of catching up to do when it comes to technology itself, let alone internet. In some areas there's edge, there's 2G. And we're talking 5G already, but, you know, when are we going to catch up all these things? Look, we do see the government doing some work. There is some amazing work that's coming up, but the reality is it's going to take some time. So we wanted to build technology that was rich with intelligent tools, but still accessible to people without the necessary tools or smartphones.
You know, you spoke of something very important about having time to further education, to further your training. But let's look at a generalized example. I'm being general here with regards to women, and women who do work over and above the work that they get paid for. They work their 9 to 5, they go home, they do their domestic chores, they look after the kids. Where's the time you know, for furthering your studies and training? So that's an issue as well. Yeah,
I mean, I'll talk personally for myself. It's hard, but what I do is that 1 hour during the week, that weekend that I could be spending out there going, it's the time that I really take to further myself and deepen my skills. And it's the culture in our organization as well, to say, you know, when we're home, what do we do next? You know, that 30 minutes, that 10 minutes every day can end up being something. So I can encourage all women to say, you know what, just spend a little bit of time, even if it's 5 minutes every day, just to learn a new skill. And there are so many opportunities for girl coding competitions, for girl coding incubators, for girl coding programs at an early stage. We're seeing a lot of those that are coming up as well. So over weekends, make time for yourself as well, if you can, to reach some of these programs. And some of them don't even cost anything, really. So even on the internet as well, there's so much information on the internet. There's so much skills to be learned, and you can just make some time for yourself to do that.
You know, these are realities of what women have to jump over. It's the hurdles that women have to jump over in order to, you know, be on par with males, you know. And in terms of government and the policies that are in place in order to help women get to the levels, what needs to be done? What sort of work needs to be done in terms of policy that will change the face of South Africa in terms of women participation?
Can I be honest? Now that we are asking the right questions, there are all these accessible tools for women. And every day, literally, because I've looked for this information, it hits me in the face because I'm looking for it. So we also have to be active as women to look for this information. I think for now the government is pushing this narrative a lot more, and we see it in some of these incubations, your tiers, your innovation hubs. They're really pushing their women's agenda, and I think it's up to us women to stand up as well and start asking for these opportunities, because when we ask, we start realizing, wow, there are actually so many available opportunities, and then there are so many policies that are actually pushing for women. The new triple BEE codes are actually so wonderful. Because now there's so much access and there's this emphasis on women in these codes. We as women need to stand up, access these opportunities, and just be confident, because I think the other thing that stands in the way is the confidence. Can I do it? Can I? Because that's what I ask myself every day. But the trick is just standing up, asking, and then the rest will just sort itself out.
What about using the tools that are available to us in terms of social media? It's, you know, a collective framing of society. Digital media plays a large part in that, isn't it? It's a primary driver in terms of that. It's not always a good thing in terms of social media, but how can we use social media more effectively in order to, well, get the message across?
So, I mean, by sharing, we share a lot of our stories. On my profile, on my Facebook page, I share a lot of stories across Africa, across the world. And it's amazing how I get inboxes of people saying, you know, I'm interested in this. I also make myself available on social media platforms via WhatsApp as well, where young people can talk to me, they can ask me questions, you know, they can ask for some mentoring, because now that I'm exposed, there's information that I can share. But let's use our social media to share information, to share these platforms that are available for women, and make sure that, you know, what we know is shared across. Because I find that we also get information, we keep it to ourselves, we're not sharing it with others. So I make it my business to make sure wherever I go, we share this information with as many people as possible, even with our, you know, our one-on-one interactions or workshops or brand activations. Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed for coming through. You know, great inspiration, I guess, to the youngsters out there that it can be done, you know. It just takes a lot of hard work and the know in order to, you know, get the support that you need, because support is very key, isn't it?
It is.
Because you, in terms of family support, in terms of your peer support, now you're getting support from competitions like this. You win 300,000 Rand plus. What is the support, before we go, what is the support, development support all about?
So basically Standard Bank is going to be working with us to analyze our gaps in the business, to analyze where we are and where we want to go. What I like about the program so far is that it's all about our needs. It's tailor-made to what the entrepreneur needs, because not all needs are equal. So I love that, because by doing the skills analysis and the gap analysis, then they'll be able to guide us and support us in the right direction of growing the business, because we want to grow the business and hire more young people and obviously make sure that the platform is accessible all over South Africa.
Simangele, thank you very much indeed for coming through. We really appreciate it, and congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
All right, that was Simangele Mphahlele, is an entrepreneur who just won a recent competition, and her company is called Ijobi. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll get more news.